In this video, I am going to do something different than I normally do. I was asked to make a video similar to a video I did a long time ago where I'm doing like a 3-card spread, but to make it a little longer and also to do more of a whisper. So that's going to be my attempt today. If you'd like to see something different, or if this wasn't really what you had in mind, let me know. And the way I'm going to do today, as you probably can tell, I'm always doing things off the cuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the decks, or the deck I used in that previous video, which was one of James R.E.'s decks, the Prisma Visions. And I'm going to sort of bookend this video with the Eads deck. So I'll do Prisma Visions at the beginning, a 3-card spread, Cosma Visions at the end with a 3-card spread, and then with in the middle, I've chosen a couple decks that are really special to me: the Endless Oracle by Eric Mail and the Starseeker Oracle by Nikki Prada. I'm going to shoot for about half an hour, so if time permitting, there might be additional decks. Like, I know it seems like people like the Spirit Animal Tarot, so that might be one I'll pull, but I just wanted to give you kind of a heads up about what today will look like. So it'll be multiple 3-card spreads with different decks, and then that way, depending on what you see, maybe one spread speaks to you more than the other. And just like in all my videos, for the most part, unless something just really jumps out at me, I try to avoid my own interpretation, and that way you have time to just see the cards yourselves, hear what the creators talk about regarding their cards, and what you already know about the tarot or oracle cards, and think about what speaks to you rather than me telling you what to think or feel. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So this first deck, and I'm going to shuffle, but I'm going to try to do it relatively quietly. So let's see. And another thing I'm going to do, you won't see it, it's off camera, is I'm cutting the deck 5 times. It's kind of arbitrary, but I decided to try to start doing, like, if it's 2025, cut it 5 times. If it's 2026, I'll cut it 6 times. And that's because I noticed in 2024 I would always cut it 4 times. And it, I don't know what that means other than that's what I'm doing. So, let me go ahead and cut the cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so here we've got the first card. And cut it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's see what our 3 cards are. Now, as most of you probably already know, if you already use tarot or oracle cards, you can read a 3-card spread really, just like tarot in general anyway. Any way that you'd like. So, for example, maybe you're wondering sort of what the past, present, and future hold. has like 3 steps to it. Or maybe sometimes when I do a spread, or especially like if I do a 1-card pull, I don't even necessarily come in with a question. I sort of let the card, sort of dictate. So I'm trying to get this one in the light a little better. See if it tells me, it speaks to me in any way. Okay, so let's see. The first card we have is the 10 of Pentacles. And I'm not going to do them reversed. The Page of Pentacles, well, it's kind of amazing since I didn't pull them next to each other. And his decks do this if they're in order. And the 6 of Wands. They attach like that. So I might leave it kind of separated out. Alright. So I'm going to read from his larger book, the book of Prisma Visions. And let me get to the Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. And if you do use the Prisma Visions deck that he has, the mirror card for that deck is the 10 of Trees. So it says, in the center of a resplendent circle of fauna, a man and woman swing their child up into the air. As flowers bloom and glittering grapes hang heavy on the vine, all of nature rejoices in its single purpose, to create, thrive, and pass away in an everlasting cycle as immutable as life. There's great love in this picture, a domestic empire built and nourished over the course of many years. Upright meaning, full potential, financial abundance, achievement, and the presence is considered uplifting. Your hard work and dedication have reached their full potential. You have seen your endeavors blossom in full. Now you need only to harvest the fruits of your labors. They will be abundant for many years to come. Enjoy earthly comforts as they are richly deserved. This is not the time to begin any earth-moving enterprises. Instead, focus on maintaining what you already achieved. You have devoted yourself to the cultivation of the earth. Let her reward you in kind. One of the things I really like about this card, let me zoom in a little bit if I can. Put this up here. Oh, sorry. Is if you look closely, the 10 pentacles are actually hidden in things like the flowers. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's another one in the flower. So there's just a lot of thought that goes into these cards. Alright, and I'm commentating. So that's the 10 of Pentacles. Now the second card, the Page of Pentacles. The mirror card in Prisma Visions is the Pathfinder. The page holds up his radiant pentacle, appraising it. It sends out waves of pulsating light into the atmosphere. Responding to this active energy, Flora thrives in abundance. Massive strawberries are scattered at his feet, and one coral pink vine twines around his body, desperate to draw closer to the pentacle. The page smiles contentedly, delighted at his good fortune. This is the start of something big. A bright meaning. Financial gift, new skill, security. Presence, uplifting. When you draw this card, you've been handed a gift from the universe. This could be anything: a new job, a loan or inheritance, even a budding relationship. It could be some untapped talent within yourself you are just beginning to realize. Whatever it is, it will further your reach in the material world. Use the jaunty confidence of the page to break ground on your new endeavor. There's the promise of greater wealth, security, and influence. It's a good time to be alive. Enjoy it. Those are both great cards. So let's look at the Six of Wands. The mirror card is the Six of Embers in Cosmo Visions. The bitter struggle of the fives and snarled, the radiant victor floats toward the sun. As his skill drifts downstream, he closes his eyes, soaking up the warm golden rays. The twisted strands of energy twine around the Six of Wands, holding them upright and finally unifying them into a single purpose. At long last, they are balanced, at rest. A bright meaning. Small victory, self-confidence, appreciation, presence, uplifting. Fighting for your vision can be a worthy but exhausting endeavor. If you don't take the time to appreciate how far you've come, you may very well burn out before you reach the final culmination of your vision. As you inexorably float toward the next set of difficulties, pause in the present moment and take in all the beauty around you. You have accomplished much, and you have been granted a brief view of the Elysium that awaits you at the end of your journey. So that is the Six of Wands. And I said I was not going to make commentary, like personal commentary, but I'm going to show myself a line because I almost started crying. This spread is like exactly what's going on with me right now. I'm always amazed when that happens. I don't know why it always amazes me when that happens, and it's like I can't go into detail. I'm not going to go into personal detail, but it's just there's been a big, trials and tribulations for a couple years that are coming to a resolve, and this spread. Anyway, that's just my personal stuff. So, Ten of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Six of Wands. So you see the Six of Wands above 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hopefully you got something out of the spread. If not, hopefully the next one will help. So let's go ahead and take those up. let's do the Endless Oracle. Yeah, honestly, the Endless Oracle, the Starseed Oracle, and actually the Embroidered Graveyard Oracle are some of my favorites. Embroidered Graveyard, though, a lot of times doesn't come through well in the video. So I've used it before, but I worry you won't really get to appreciate all the little fine details. So at least in this video, I'm not going to use it. Alright, so I'm going to cut the deck 5 times and pull a card, cut 5 times, pull another card, cut 5 times, pull another card. Two, three, 4, 5. And if you've never seen or used the Endless Oracle, the way the cards are, any of them are meant to be next to each other, even the imagery. Like, you can connect the images. I'll show you. So, like in Prisma Visions, the cards that are in order, you can do that. But in here, you can do all of them. So let's see what we have today. We have the Weavers, the Sword. So you can, like, the mountains kind of all come together. And then the Merchant, to kind of make it a complete scene. Alright, so let's go ahead and read the 3 cards of the Weavers. Keywords are fate, destiny. Also, there's other words: lack of control, change, and inevitability. Things are changing, but not in ways that are easy to control or predict. Spiders' webs are symbols of destiny and associated with the Greek fates who were weavers themselves. It's likely time to accept that circumstances are out of your personal control. Your fortunes can change in a moment, and this card suggests that they are likely to shift soon. However things are now, they will not stay the same forever. There's no telling where fate will take you, and it may be time to let chance take over. In larger readings, keep an eye out for drastic shifts in tone around the Weavers. Does the course of events change abruptly or unexpectedly? If figures appear in your reading, how do they regard their circumstances? Does anyone seem to fight against the flow of events? And if so, what do they gain or sacrifice by going against fate? We often must accept that things are not within our control, and yet at other times it may be worth choosing to fight for something regardless. In the sky, you can see Urda, Rondi, and Skuld, 3 asteroids named for the Nornir, Norse giantesses who played a role similar to the Greek fates. Though not frequently used in astrology, the Nornir are associated with the past, present, and future. Creative notes for this card. The Greek fates are notable as weavers, and they're sometimes associated with the webs of spiders. This is an interesting comparison when you consider spider webs as both a necessary labor for the spiders who weave them and as a deadly snare for the prey that is caught by them. I like that this card might call one to examine fate in both of these ways. What careful work goes into weaving the threads of fate? What sort of inevitable traps might we find ourselves in? To struggle against fate can sometimes be not only a fruitless effort, but one that only leaves us in worse shape than we were to begin with. It might be worth noting that while this card depicts something which is very small, it will often be one of the largest objects that is visible in the spread around it. Even things which seem inconsequential at first can be hugely relevant later on. Next is the sword. Keywords: purpose, call to arms, also birthright, tools, and weapons. The sword rests planted in a chunk of the weathered ruins around it, overgrown with plant life. It is a tool and a weapon, perhaps once laid down and now waiting to be taken up again. The swords ask us to consider what will call us to arms. It's time to think about our highest callings. What do we want most in life, and what do we have to offer to the universe? Consider what tools and weapons might be required in order to pursue these goals. In larger readings, you may see who last carried the sword, and who may take it up again. What tools are being used in your reading, and for what purpose? What drives the narrative of your reading forward, and to what end? Consider possible goals and calls to action that may be occurring near this card. Notice if anyone seems to be moving toward or away from the sense of purpose suggested by it. In the sky is the first quarter moon, the half moon that appears as the moon is waxing from dark to full. It's often associated with advancement toward goals and the idea of taking committed action. On this card, it is a reminder of the sword's nature as a call to arms. I'm actually going to go ahead and skip the creative notes on this. I wouldn't normally do that, but I want to make sure we have time for at least the Prisma Visions or the Star Seeker or both. So let's go ahead and read for the merchant. The merchant stands for resources and income, also commerce, preparedness, and personal power. This is a card of resources, wealth, and income. It represents your finances or other resources that might be necessary to you right now. It can also represent the idea of commerce. It may be a good time to take inventory of what you have and what you can be grateful for, but also to assess what things that you absolutely need but are currently lacking. Don't get greedy. Try to simply take an objective look at the resources and wealth around you. You may have more than you thought you did, or may need to work toward obtaining something essential. In larger readings, you may get a clearer picture of what manner of wealth the merchant refers to. Cards near to this one may indicate things like health, relationships, and passions. How much value do you place on these things? Are you consciously expressing gratitude rather than fixating on what's missing? Are you missing something that you cannot go without? How do the cards nearby suggest it might be obtained? In the sky, Mercury, a planet that shares a root with the word merchant and is named for the patron god of both merchants and thieves. This may encourage us to consider the value of things carefully before bargaining for them. So that's the Endless Oracle, and we had, I'm going to pick them up so you can see them a little better. The Weavers, the Sword, and the Merchant. There's Mercury. Okay, I'm looking video. I know I said I'd bookend it with both Eats decks, but I've made myself a liar now twice in this video. Alright. Put this one away. Shuffle. Excuse my voice. I might be getting sick. Hopefully it's still relaxing. If not, like I said, I'm happy to do this again. So cutting 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course my cat is coming up to the door saying hello. So if you hear that, I'm sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, excited to see what we have. Let's see what we have. We have Alone. I get that one a lot. Alright, Alone, The Storyteller, and Change. Ooh, that's a good one. Alright. So the first one is Alone. By the way, she also has a spread, a 3-card spread called Energy, Advice, and Outcome. So, in case you want to read it that way, energy is the current state of my query. That would be number 1. 2 is advice, how can I best move forward? And 3 is outcome, potential outcome if I aim to take the suggested advice. So you don't have to read it that way, but that's one of her suggestions. So, number 10, Alone. For days you've traveled alone, walking an endless winding trail. You're clear on what you've left behind, but aren't yet certain what lies ahead. For now you walk, hoping to find inspiration on the road. Suddenly a dusting of rain tickles your skin. Thunder cracks above, and the rain is now pouring down in luscious droplets. Seeking shelter from the storm, you come across an opening in a nearby rock face. It opens to reveal a large cavern, offering you a safe and dry space. You make a fire and wait out the storm, with just your thoughts for company. Alone asks you to spend more time with yourself, time that can be used for self-reflection and care. Learn to love your own company and tune into your unique rhythm. Don't rush into partnerships before you've established your own point of view. Remember, the difference between being alone and lonely is often a state of mind. If you struggle with loneliness, try to shift your focus within instead of reaching outside of yourself. Keywords: solitude, self-reflection, personal growth, and independence. Okay, and the second card is number 54, the Storyteller. The Storyteller sits atop an ancient redwood stump with a charismatic smile and a weathered lute in hand. There's magic in the air tonight, the magic of stories collected over many years and places. Tales and music will touch the hearts and change the minds of everyone on this night. People of all ages from the village gather round in giddy excitement, listening intently to the wisdom of the storyteller. The storyteller rises up to offer you a new and vibrant story. You've been telling yourself the same story for some time now, an old story about life, love, or something else entirely. It's time for something new and full of juice. The storyteller may appear to you as an elder, a teacher, or a wise person passing through your life. They may be a spirit guide speaking to you through signs, books, movies, or songs. Open your heart to a new story, knowing that yours has not been fully written and is not set in stone. Keywords: teacher, wise person, sage, a new story. And then the last card is change. Can't see the number very well. Number 15. Change. Suspended above a spacious gorge, an aged bridge stretches out between your old land and new. You cautiously make the crossing, with nervous excitement churning in your solar plexus. You carry just enough to get started. You don't know with what or where quite yet. The view ahead is sprawling and beautiful. The threshold approaches, a natural archway beckoning you into a new and unknown place. With courage, you complete the crossing, and your feet land on solid ground. Then you follow the grassy path into the unknown. Change is upon you, and you are encouraged to approach this new phase with an open heart and curiosity. Honor all feelings that arise as you make this transition, including the difficult ones. Change can be challenging, and feelings of loss, regret, or even longing for the past may arise. Let these feelings come up, but don't allow them to hold you in place. Something vital and new is ahead, and this is your invitation to move forward and embrace it. Keywords: transition, moving, new phase, growth, and travel. So that is Alone, the Storyteller, and Change. And I'm going to grab them and show them to you a little better, because sometimes things don't come across quite as well on the camera. And I'm pretty lo-fi, so here's the Storyteller. By the way, if you like the style in this deck, she has a second tarot shadow deck coming out, as well as a keyword deck that goes along with the oracle, both that are going to be on Kickstarter. I'll make sure the links are in the the description. This is a beautiful card. The person and the maces in the distance and those clouds. If you've ever lived or been in the West or West Texas or just the West, big sky kind of country, you know these clouds. So I hope you got something out of this today. I know it's a different type of video, and you know who you are, who asked about doing a longer video. If you'd like to see something different, if this wasn't exactly what you had in mind, let me know. I'm always happy to take suggestions. And I actually kind of like this style, doing 3 cards 3 times. There's something nice about that because it's almost like doing a 3-card spread, but having 3 cards be each card, if that makes sense, or each. I know for me, that first one was really good about like where I am, where I just got. That I felt a lot of relief. And this last one's very inspiring to me about sort of letting go and letting change and telling a new story about my life and starting over. And I'll have to think more about the middle one, that maybe kind of about how I'll get there. So, some of it's leaving things to fate. Some of it's taking up the sword and, fighting for my new life. And maybe the merchant has to do with kind of those next steps about building that. So anyway, that's just maybe how I read it for myself, but I hope you are able to get something out of this. And I made myself a liar for a 3rd time because I said I wasn't going to interpret. Anyway, it's a good place to end because a big trash truck just drove by, and I'm not restarting this video 37 minutes. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I hope you got something out of this today, and I hope to see you again soon.